So I say we jump into it. I'm going to take notes like I normally do, and we'll go from there.
Alrighty, let's do it. Is there anything I need to know about denying myself as someone's life insurance beneficiary?
Interesting.
That is very strange. I'd never hear that. Usually people they want
Yeah, I want that money.
I want that monies. Not this one though.
Not this one.
Not this one. All right.
Let's see why. Well, let's why. I'll be taking my notes like normal.
All right, let's do this. Howdy, Fi guys. I need some advice and guidance regarding a challenging situation I find myself in. Recently, my ex-boyfriend, a firefighter paramedic, tragically passed away. To my surprise, I discovered that I am listed as the beneficiary of his life insurance policy. We haven't been together since 2019, and I believe it was an oversight on his part, as I've been designated as the beneficiary since 2015. Okay, so they're not together. They haven't been together since 2019.
Yeah. So okay. We've been getting a lot of really heavy.
Yeah, this one's heavy.
Feedback.
This one's heavy. I'm gonna keep it positive. Given the circumstances, I wanted to transfer the entirety of these assets to his grieving parents, who have shouldered the financial burden of his services and burial expenses. I'm currently stationed in Germany with the military, but as I am preparing to fly home for the funeral, I am eager to expedite the process to assist his parents quickly. I contacted a union representative from the fire department where he worked, and they suggested that the transfer could be facilitated through email. However, I am not well versed in this stuff, and I wanted to ensure that this process is carried out correctly. Specifically, I would appreciate your expertise in advising me on potential pitfalls to avoid. I'm concerned about the possibility of any other outstanding debts he may have and that they might be passed on to her.
Okay.
I also want to be sure I can't be sued for taking the money briefly and giving it to his parents, since I don't think it was meant for the funds to be left for me. Gotcha. Additionally, I want to minimize any tax implications and may arise. That's real. You know what? That's really true. That's really true. I want to minimize any tax implications that may arise from taking the funds and the transfer. Oof. This period has been incredibly difficult for me, and I can only imagine the pain the family is going through. My intention is to assist in any way possible to ensure that the financial aspects are handled with care. Any insights or guidance that can provide on this matter would be incredibly valuable. Sincerely, a soldier in grief with an ex's money to bear, seeking guidance to transfer to his family with the utmost care. Interesting. The tax implications. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, there's a lot here. So it sounds like there's really three questions
Gotcha.
that they're asking about. Is first, they want to make sure that they can't assume his debts for taking on the life insurance. They also want to make sure that they can't be sued for taking the money. And then the final thing is what do the taxes mean, and how do I do that? Maybe there's four questions. How do I do this in the best way? What things do I need to be aware of?
Definitely.
So first off, to our viewer, I really first want to say sorry for your loss. I know that you and this ex was broken up for, it sounds like a while now, about 4 years, but you said that he designated you as the beneficiary in 2015, and then you guys broke up in 2019. So you were at least together for 4 years. I'm assuming even longer than that.
Even longer, yeah.
So even if you guys weren't together, the fact that you're flying back for his funeral means that this can't be easy.
No.
So just given the emotional toll of the situation, just maybe consider seeking emotional support from your friends, family, or even a counselor through the military. Dealing with financial matters during these challenging times can really be overwhelming. So it's important to lean on a support system during these times. I see these kind of things a lot, and people make bad decisions when they're already with their backs against the wall and stuff happens. So it's really important to take a minute, breathe, talk to somebody if you need that. I'm a big proponent of counseling if that's something that you feel that you need, and those services are available to you through the military, which is good too. There's definitely has been a stigma in the past about going through that with the military, but I'm really glad to say that is going away.
That's good.
It's important. You've got to focus on yourself. You've got to be mentally strong in order to help people.
Getting stronger can be in the gym. It can be with a therapist. It can be talking with loved ones. There's a lot of ways to heal and get stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having that support system is important. Yeah. The next thing I want to talk about is you're a really good person.
Yeah. Some people just take the money and run.
Thank you. Thank you for being a good person. That's awesome. like I said, I used to work with an estate planner, and they used to say that money was often thicker than blood. And what I mean by that is, unfortunately, when someone passed away, you start to see all the aunts and uncles and all the cousins, and people start coming out of the woodworks trying to get the money. People that you never talked to. Like, look about when Prince died, Prince the singer. Like, everybody and their mom started making claims that Prince owed them money.
Yeah.
So I think it's just really cool that you have this money coming to you, and rather than saying, like, I deserve this money because I dated him for 4 years or whatever, you're saying, how can I give back and how can I help his family who is really going through it, who has it worse.
Yeah. I can think of a few exes that would say if I'd passed away, they got the money, they'd be like, thanks, Dom.
Yeah, they probably would. Yeah, me too. And they probably would never, like, call my wife or anything like that. They'd be like, sweet.
Yeah, exactly. And for someone to have the knowledge, the know-how, the key for here is, like, the knowledge, first off.
How do you do it?
Yeah, because, like, the tax implications of, I don't know what the benefit was, but that could put you in a whole nother tax bracket that you're not prepared for.
We'll talk about that.
Go for it.
I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you.
Drop some knowledge on me.
So the first thing is that his debt will not transfer to you in any way, shape, or form just because you take the money from his life insurance policy.
That's good.
So you're good there. You guys have been broken up for 4 years. I'm assuming you're not on any of his things. Like, if you were on maybe on a house deed or like on a bank. That you guys co-signed a car, then that could transfer to you. But I'm assuming that you guys like fully separated, so you're good there. Just because you take the life insurance policy, his debts are not going to come to you.
Definitely something to check on, though.
Yeah,
because if he might have forgot to change this one, there's a chance that there might be another hiding in the shadows.
Definitely things to look into. Say, hey, have I ever co-signed anything with him before we broke up? And look into those. That's definitely a good point. I'm hoping that there isn't. Number two, you were actually named as the primary beneficiary, meaning that the funds are rightfully yours. So legally, you have no ground for lawsuit of having that money taken from you. So you can't take the money. It doesn't sound like you want it. You want to give it to the parents, which is awesome and super commendable. But legally, like, you can get sued for anything, but this wouldn't hold up in court saying, like, he didn't mean to leave it to me. This happens all the time, and you can try to sue people, but you're not going to win that just because you got money because someone messed up. Here's the big thing to Dom's point. What about the taxes? So life insurance and insurance in general does not make you rich, but it does make you whole. And what I mean by that is that life insurance proceeds are not taxed.
Interesting.
So I don't know how much this policy was worth, but whatever that policy is worth, you get all that money tax-free. Same with car insurance payouts or anything like that. You get that money tax-free. You don't have to pay any taxes on it.
It's good to know.
So recipients of life insurance are not taxed. But what I would recommend is see if your ex had any contingent beneficiaries listed on the policy. Ideally, his mom or his dad. And it would be really easy to refuse the funds, and then it would pass on to the contingent beneficiary. If that's not possible, of course, and you are the only person, then you're going to have to take the funds and then pass them on, or you could completely refuse it, but then it's going to go through the probate process, which I'm thinking you're trying to avoid. In order just to get the money to his parents fast. You say that you want to expedite the process. Putting them through probate would not expedite the process at all. Here in Arizona, the probate process is typically 12 to 18 months.
It's a long time.
Yeah, here in Arizona at least, there's 5 probate judges for the entire state.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's 5 people?
Yep.
That divvy up?
That do all the stuff.
Let's continue.
So it's really easy to refuse funds. My next point would probably be communicate with his parents. Reach out to your ex-boyfriend's parents. Obviously, you want to express your condolences. Inform them about the situation that you found yourself in and that you want to transfer the assets to them. You just want to make sure that you're being transparent and you're collaborating with them in the process. I'm sure it's going to mean a lot to them that you're going to, I'm sure they know you, like you were with them for 4 years. So I think that would just be amazing. And you also want to make sure that they're aware that this money is going to be coming and that you're the one listed, because you don't want them being like having animosity towards you or like, going crazy on like Facebook about how you're stealing the money when that's not your intention at all. So communicate with them. And then let's see here. So just make sure that you want to give the money to them. And that's again, given that they didn't have a contingent beneficiary. If not, and you have to take the money, all you have to do is simply gift it to the parents. So the parents can receive the money. Again, you weren't taxed on it, so they won't be taxed on it. But there is something that you have to do, which I'm glad you asked. You have to fill out a Form 709 through the IRS. I believe currently the gift tax exemption is anything under $17,000 for the year of 2023. So not sure how much money this is, but it doesn't really matter. You just have to just fill out that Form 709 and then give details around the gift saying that it was life insurance. And then the cost shouldn't be nothing to you and nothing to the parents, given that the form is reported correctly. And at that point, maybe talking to a CPA would probably be good here. And then my last point is just document everything. Keep records of all the communication, all the documents, the forms, the transcripts related to all of this asset transfer. These documentations may be helpful in the future for references or potential tax-related queries that could come up in case you maybe filed the form wrong. Consider talking to a CPA for that form, or you can even look into a probate attorney that could help out with this process as well in the state that you guys are in. And then again, thank you so much for your service. And definitely. We're sending you a big hug from Arizona. Good luck on your flight back from Germany. I know that's a long one.
He's probably still on the flight.
Probably
still on the flight. That's a good woman.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a solid woman.
Yeah, that's really, really cool that she's willing to do that and help out the parents.
Definitely.
But I think this really brings in the importance of keeping up with your insurance policies. You know, once a year I do with my clients at the end of every year is we look over all the policies. We make sure the beneficiaries are correct. Nothing's changed. You know, do you still love your son? Do you want to keep, you want him to get 50%?
Yeah.
You know, those are things that you need to make sure you check on. Because like I talked about, and thankfully this person is a good person. They want to give the money back because they realize that he made a mistake.
Yeah.
But she would be fully in her legal right to just take all the money, even if the parents were like destitute and like couldn't figure it out. Just be like, sorry, deuces, this is mine.
Yeah.
She has the right to do that, and there really is nothing that anyone can do about it.
Yeah. Like I said, solid woman.
Solid. That's
That's
really, really
a
cool.
noble. That's pretty noble.
No, that's super noble. Like that's taking ownership of your life. That's awesome. Like there's nothing more that I could ask for right there.
And she's got some good karma coming her way.
Oh yeah, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it's waiting, and it's gonna come out. You know, if you're a good person, it comes back to you. Maybe not in the time